Hey, congratulations on downloading the Sabrina price calculation plan. You are now ready to come up with your own price. Configure your own rate. No more looking at other people's websites. You don't have to stalk other notary businesses to find out what the person across town is charging for power of attorney, or for an affidavit, or for an estate planning package, or for a loan document package. You don't have to do that. You should be coming up with the number that's based upon your life and your needs. And that's exactly why we created this price calculation plan. So after you downloaded the price calculation plan, you can scan the QR code here and schedule a demo. If you have not gotten a one-on-one demo, we'd be happy to coordinate that for you. And go ahead, click this link right here. This is going to take you to another link where you can make a copy of your own Sabrina price calculation plan, so that way you do not have to make edits on the home copy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this. So at the very beginning, we want to make sure we calculate all of your housing expenses. Just like the video stated, these are expenses that don't change. All right, housing, mortgage, rent. Let's say you pay $19.99 a month. You can round it up to 200 if you want, and you have the due date. Say your electric bill is $200. It's due on the 5th. Your water is the 14th. All right, and let's say that is another $200. You can say credit card. You can say mail. All kind of ways you can go about this. Let's say it's due on the 14th as well. That's going to be 170. Internet is the 20 of the 16th. So we'll just keep it in sequential order. And then I'll put little dollar signs there so that we know what we're talking about. And again, just go through all of your expenses on the month. Let's say this is 100. Let's say this is, all right. So go down the list and you can make additions. If you need to make extra lines, then you can use this symbol here to make an additional line if you need. And once you get to the bottom, you're going to tally up your numbers. You're going to add these all up. And again, like the example, let's just say this number is $5,000. All right. After you tally up all of your expenses, these are the expenses that do not change. Not your entertainment, not your clothes, not your food, just fixed expenses, insurance, housing, cars, uh, phone, internet, utilities, things like that. Things that don't change. You want to keep those numbers the same. Here is where some of the confusion typically happens. So I'm going to take my time to explain this. So if you have business hours that start at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., then you can use those hours. That's perfectly fine. Most people that we work with have alternative businesses, or they work full-time, part-time. It doesn't matter. All you want to do is use the numbers that are in white. So everything that's in blue is when you're occupied. So these are going to be hard blocks. You can read the instructions here at the top. So you're absolutely not available during those times. Now, full disclosure, that doesn't mean that you cannot accept appointments during the blue blocked off times. Does not mean that you cannot accept appointments during those times. It just means that you physically are not available to run those appointments. As you all know, we promote the agency business model. That means you secure the appointment, you act as a call center, and you outsource and farm out all of the appointments. You should be the last person, the last option to go and run an appointment. It doesn't matter if the notary is running late or if they're 30 minutes behind. You should be the very last person to run this appointment. That way you're freed up to take more phone calls and to direct traffic and book more appointments. The yellow blocks, similar to the blue, they're soft blocks. So that means that you may be available, you may not be available. It's just a little bit flexible. The way I have it set up here is that 7 a.m. is your earliest appointment time, 10 p.m. is the latest time. So let's go ahead and use this example. Monday through Friday, let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 6-hour block of time when you're not available. But you start seeing appointments at 8 a.m. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 times 5 is 30. So you have 30 hours there. And let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 35 hours total there. So that means I'm not available during the 2 to 7 o'clock, or 2 to 8 really. And that's Monday through Friday. And then I am available because I close at 8 o'clock. Let's say my business hours are 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock to 8 p.m. So that means I'm really, truly available to take appointments between 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So really 6 hours. And 6 times 5, which is Monday through Friday, is 30. I'm not available to take appointments after 8 o'clock because I'm closed typically. It's up to you, right? It's always going to depend upon your business. So that's 30 there. And even on Saturday and Sunday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have another 7 here on Sunday. So that's 35 plus 14. So now we are available 42 hours and now 49 hours. So almost 50 hours a week. And again, the yellow times are going to be soft blocks. Now, you can go ahead and fill this in, and let's just say, you have work, right? That's your W-2 job, or you work part time. You can fill that in, across the board if you like. It's up to you however you want to do that. And then you can say maybe on Saturdays you volunteer. I'm gonna fill all that out. And could you coach softball on Saturday mornings? I don't know. You go to church, right? It's up to you how you do this. But those are going to be, but let's say you don't do it every Sunday. Maybe you do it some Sundays or some weeks. And let's say you go, Sunday, you just fill it all the way in. And you can even, take this whole block and then add more there. So all I did was I highlighted, I double clicked, and then I copied it. And then you could take another, I just do Control C and Control V, or if you're on Apple, Command C, Command V. So I'll highlight the whole block, and then just fill it all the way in. Right. You can also do that, or if your hours change, you can just highlight the whole block, Control C or Command C, and then fill it all the way in. All right. So let's count up let's just do this. I'm just going to use this example like I just did here because this might be a real life example for you. This is family time where you watch football, right? Just giving this as an example, you guys can kind of get the picture. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So that's 24. And then let's add another 3, so that's 27. And then let's add another 3, that's 30. And then let's add another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 70. That's 37 hours that I'm available. That's my H. That's hours of availability. My H value. All right, so I want to count the number 5,000 divided by 37. So this is going to be 37. Type that in. And then our P value is going to give us, how much we're going to charge per hour. And then we're going to divide it by 2 because that's going to be our floor. So let's say 37 here. So we'll pull out our calculator. Let's go 5,000. That's how much money we need minimum. That's our freedom number. And we're going to divide that by 37. That's going to give us $135. $135. And you're going to divide that by 2. Equals $67. This is going to be 67. 67. So so now we know that an hour of our time for this particular week, but generally speaking, it's not going to change much often. But we know we should be charging $135 minimum for any appointment. Again, our appointments, we recommend a business model as an agency business model. What does that mean? That means that you're not basing the price based upon the number of signatures, the number of travel, the distance. You're not asking all those questions that are the witnesses and the color of ink that you're using, and because it's Mother's Day and because it's after hours. All those things are factors. All those things do matter, but primarily, where we want to focus is on time. Time is going to be our determining variable that's going to help us with our pricing. So that means if I go do an appointment, then chances are I'm going to have to be able to command at least $135 and minimum, because our $67 is our floor here, because we can't go any lower than that. Otherwise, we'll be actually losing money. It literally does not make sense. It is costing us if we go anything lower than 67. So in order to cover our ad costs, in order to cover the cost for the notaries that we have to pay, in order to make a profit, to keep our doors open as businesses, we have to charge at least 135. That that's going to help us with the printing that they're going to request. It's going to help us with the witnesses that we may have to hire. It's going to help us with the distance. It's going to help us with having to go back out to the client because there's a mistake that the notary made, and then you don't have to find another notary and pay them, or even worse, do it yourself to go out there and correct the problem. See, this is going to help us build in enough of a margin and enough of a cushion so that it's going to be profitable for us, and it's also going to make sense for the signer, the client, because we're not going to complicate why we have to go back out and correct an issue, or we have to provide printing for them, or we can do a drop off at the FedEx store, or we can ship a document on their behalf. All those issues, all those problems are going to make you a more efficient business owner by charging a reasonable rate. Okay? If you have any questions about that, leave a comment below, or you can always send me a DM if you are a part of the Sabrina program. And if you are not a part of the Sabrina program, please click this demo, scan this demo, and then schedule a call where we'll get on the Zoom, and we will do one-on-one, where we'll evaluate your business and we'll show you and how you can apply some of these automation strategies and some of these trainings to your notary business. As a bonus, there's some extra worksheets here at the bottom where you can help yourself come up with a price, so that way when you're on the phone and people are asking you about pricing, you can give them a reasonable number, or at least a range, so that you don't talk yourself out of a deal. So when you're inside of the Sabrina ecosystem, you know that we meet every Thursday where we discuss some of these issues and some of these concerns, and we work through them. You find out what people all over the country and all over the world are doing. So if you have any questions, again, leave a comment below. Make sure I'll answer and respond to each of the comments. Otherwise, if you are a part of the Sabrina Network, please send me a DM and let's get you going.